How's it? So a few more things to say about hypnagogic meditation. So one of the reasons why I like it so much is it gives you a lot more reliable and consistent access to witnessing your subconscious mind. Or like say if you get lucid in a regular REM style lucid dream, right? You seem separate from everything else. Like in waking life, you have agency over your actions, but then some, right? Because you can influence and control and change the environment and do a lot of stuff that you absolutely could never do in waking life. But you're not going to get anything done within a lucid dream without having your subconscious mind sign off on it. Where basically your subconscious mind reigns supreme in all different states, but it's especially obvious and apparent when you're within the lucid dream, right? You basically have to work in tandem with your subconscious mind. The problem though is it's a lot more difficult and less consistent to have to go ahead and fall asleep, go through the entire sleep cycle, hit REM, and then hopefully have your lucid awareness kick in. But once you get used to and really start to understand this hypnagogic meditation process, you can essentially do it on command. I mean, the hit rate can be extremely high given the right circumstances, right? Where it's going to be quiet enough, you have time to lie down and start drifting towards stage one of sleep. As long as you keep your conscious awareness intact, you can get to this state super, super consistently, right? As long as you just don't fall asleep as we typically do most nights. And one of the reasons why I like it is you can actually start to see your subconscious mind at play a lot easier and a lot more reliably. Where I said this a couple videos ago, but when you're waiting for these hypnagogic images to start coming on, or even like these really early stages like the dreamlets popping up, is it can be difficult, now not impossible, but like if you're specifically thinking about something that happened in the daytime, or you're specifically thinking about something that you want to have pop up in this liminal dream state, the effort of you specifically following some train of thought from being full on awake can have a tendency to kind of keep you too awake, and then it won't actually let these dreamlets and hypnagogic images start to pop up. So what can help here though is you keep like a more open awareness approach, right? You kind of just let these random thoughts and images pop up, you drop them, you see what comes up next. But as you're dropping it up and seeing what comes up basically randomly from your subconscious mind, you're getting to witness, how it's feeling, what type of thoughts and images are really coming here and popping up. But you can introduce some level of control here too, where what I'll do a lot is I'll sit back, I'll let these kind of random thoughts and images pop up. And unless it's a thought I actually want to follow, plus it also has the added benefit of letting you sink deeper down into stage one of sleep. But when you find one you actually want to follow, then you can go ahead and lock in on that train of thought and start to follow it and watch it progress more and kind of keep it more solid and stable without having it be constantly changing. Now sometimes, especially when these are in dreamlit forms, these images that are popping up could be more like stills or pictures versus like a video type thing where it's actually moving and changing. So ideally you want it to wait till it's actually not just a still picture and more of like a video, because a lot of times those come packed with narrative. And then the way I like to follow these hypnagogic images is you tend to, if it's something you want to stick to, follow the narrative, but then of course you have to keep this one step removal, keep your lucid awareness, because if you follow the narrative too much, you get sucked into it, you'll just lose conscious awareness and be like being in a regular dream where you're not lucidly aware and you'll just fall asleep as you typically do. What else? Oh, one other thing that can help here too is a lot of times when people are just starting out with this with this hypnagogic meditation, they're lying in bed, they're going to try and start doing it like, right now, is they'll be looking too much with their actual real physical eyes, right? So you close your eyes, you see it's all pitch blackness, but if you ever notice, it's not like uniform pitch blackness. So this is one thing you can do there is find a spot behind your closed eyes that isn't, looks different from the other areas around surrounding it. And then hold your awareness there, but you don't want to look with your physical eyes. You want to look with like your mind's eye. So a good way to kind of feel this physically when you're actually looking with the correct part of your mind's eye and not your real physical eyes is your eyes will tend to drop and kind of come down more center, where if you're looking too much with physical eyes, kind of just like thinking too specifically about something, can tend to keep you too awake, won't let you get down into, a deeper stage of sleep and have these real images start to pop up. So hold your awareness to with your mind's eye and hopefully have your regular physical eyes kind of drop down. That could be a nice sign that you're on the right path to have these full-on dreamlets and then full-on hypnagogic images pop up after. But yep, that's it. Keep the lucid dreaming practice legit.